Welcome and greetings, career-minded superstars. You are listening to the exclusive Career Coach, your podcast for all things career. And I'm Lisa Edwards, the indispensable career coach for superstars just like you. Now let's dig into this week's topic, shall we? Go from dragging yourself to work each day to finding a job you love. The Career Spring program is for high-achieving and ambitious mid-level professionals like you who are looking for a job that uses your zone of genius, recognizes your value, and pays you what you're worth. If you're ready to learn more, schedule a complimentary consult using the link to my calendar in the show notes. Be sure to follow me on Exclusive Career Coaching on Facebook, Lisa Edwards on LinkedIn, and Lisa.Edwards on Instagram. Greetings. How's it going? How you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. We're going to talk about your LinkedIn headline today. I love LinkedIn. I know that some of you don't get it. I know that some of you avoid it. I know that some of you kind of get it. I know that some of you think you get it, but you don't really. So hopefully I can help you with a specific part of your profile that's pretty important today. Increasingly, LinkedIn is such an important part of the hiring process. And what's happening is two things. In one scenario, employers are checking you out because you've applied to a job or someone has referred you as an outstanding candidate, but they've gotten your name from somewhere and they are vetting you out to see, do they want to interview you? Do they want to move forward with you? What do you bring to the table? Who do you bring to the table in terms of your network, skills, education, all of that? The other thing that is happening is recruiters are spending all day, every day on LinkedIn, sourcing candidates, whether they are in-house recruiters or third-party recruiters working for a recruiting firm, and they are searching for you using LinkedIn's search criteria. They have the recruiter version of LinkedIn where they can put in all kinds of criteria to get a pool of candidates that they then reach out to you. So many of you are getting contacts weekly, some of you more daily, from recruiters. And one thing I want to say about LinkedIn here that has nothing to do with the headline specifically, people often will say to me, I'm getting the wrong kind of job notices. Recruiters are reaching out to me for the wrong kind of positions. And what I want to say about that is there are some jobs that they will reach out to you for those jobs no matter what you have put into your profile, because the company that is hiring or the recruiter, whoever's paying for the search function in LinkedIn, is basically clicking all the boxes. Like, I want to talk to anybody with a pulse. And you'll often see this with full commission jobs. I don't want to throw dispersions on any class of job, but I do see it in certain industries and certain types of jobs. It's often full commission jobs. You're not going to get rid of those no matter what you do to your profile. They're going to show up. So I'm not worried about those. What I'm worried about is, are you also getting quality contact? Are recruiters reaching out to you for jobs that are interesting to you? If you are consistently getting jobs that are in your field, so these are not those random, full commission, go sell widgets, whatever it is, but they're too junior, they're at or below your current level, then that's probably on you. That's probably a LinkedIn issue on you. And I've done podcasts in the past on the various aspects of LinkedIn, and we'll no doubt do it again because LinkedIn changes. Heck, I was working with a client yesterday and realized that LinkedIn had made a kind of significant change to profiles that kind of threw me for a loop. I really had to think through it. It's going to require me to think through my process when I'm writing profiles for my clients, how we do that, the messaging that I send them, all of it. And it just really threw me for a loop. So this is always going to happen. So when I talk today about your LinkedIn headline, it's going to be based on, as of May 2022, here are the parameters. So today, as I said, we're specifically going to cover that writing an outstanding LinkedIn headline. So that tagline that goes directly underneath your name at the top of your profile. That is prime LinkedIn real estate, and we want to give it its proper due. I want to remind you that I offer a free monthly job search masterclass. It's on the third Thursday of every month at 4:00 p.m. Eastern. The topic is different each month, but it's always related to the job search. So the link is in the show notes. You can check out the registration page. You have to register to attend. And you can find out what this month's topic is and register. So, all right, so let's talk about this profile, this headline of your LinkedIn profile specifically. Number one thing here is not to use the default. That is of utmost importance. When you put a new job on LinkedIn, it will say there's a box, and I think you have to uncheck it. Do you want to use this as your headline? So the default is your current job title, current company. That is going to take up only a small amount of the real estate allotted to you for your headline, which is 220 characters. And it doesn't serve you because it only positions you for what you do right now and the company you do it for. It does not position you for the value that you add. It doesn't position you for the future at all. Now, I said you had 220 characters for this headline. I like to use as many of those as I can for most clients. And if you don't know how to check your character count, if you're in Word, it's in the editing function and it says word count. You just have to make sure you're looking at the right number that is character count. So you have 220. So don't use that default. Please, 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 please. Almost everybody does, and it's a huge mistake. Number two, let's talk about what we're trying to communicate in the headline. As I said, we don't want to just communicate your current job title and company name because that doesn't position you for the future. So here's what you do want to communicate. Who you are, and by that I don't mean your name because that's right above, but your current or aspirational title or the essence of your work. So what do I mean by that? If you want to, let's say you're not job searching and you want to bring in business, you're in sales for your company, then you might say, sales leader, sales director. If you, let's say you're a sales professional, but you want to get to a director level, maybe you use that sales leader title as a way to kind of bridge into a leadership role in sales. What do you do? That's the next thing you want to communicate. How do you add value to the organization? I deliver exceptional marketing strategies that catapult bottom line results, that kind of thing. The next thing you want to communicate is the results you've produced. Can we put some metrics in there? You've, increased revenue by $5 million. Have you decreased something bad? Have you, do you do something for 700 people? How can we quantify your results? How can we make it obvious that you achieve things? And then finally, credibility or proof. So evidence of what you've said about yourself. So how can you, again, kind of prove that you are who you say you are? Number three, it's really great idea to have a headline strategy in mind. And I've got a couple of options here for you. So this is where we're going to spend the bulk of our time. If your current job title is the same job title you're searching for, so you're director level looking for another director level, maybe in a bigger company, then I would start with that title and then pipe your value proposition or keywords. Now, pipe, if you don't know what that is, that's the vertical line on your computer keyboard. I'm looking at my keyboard right now. It's the upper, what do you call it? Like higher uppercase. There we go. Uppercase over on the right-hand side under the backspace, at least on my computer it is. So it's a pipe. And I like to use pipes on my headlines to differentiate kind of sections of the headline. So as I said, start with the job title. If that's the job title that let's say you're not looking for a job, you're a director, then you should have that director. You're at a director level and you are job searching, but you want another director job, start with that. So here's an example, and this is 213 characters. Human Resources Manager, pipe. Delivering transformational leadership as a strategic partner, pipe. Proactively addressing issues and developing processes that solve complex business problems and enhance bottom line results. So what have I done there? I've said who she is. She's a human resource manager. This is a current client I'm working with right now. What is the value that she provides? Well, she delivers transformational leadership to address issues, develop processes, solve business problems. And then the result she gets is she enhances bottom line results. Now, if we wanted to do that same person, the human resources, she's actually at the director level aspirationally. She could do human resources director, pipe, professional and human resources, in parentheses, PHR. That's the credential that's very common in that industry, and it's a big deal. She's also a professional certified coach, PCC. So that's the next section. Next, she has strong international HR leadership, PIPE. And then finally, experience with M&A, which is mergers and acquisitions, spinoffs, and startups. So all of that, and I didn't say it, I'll read it for you so you can hear how it comes out exactly. But that was 180 characters. So that one is Human Resources Director, PIPE. Professional and Human Resources, in parentheses, PHR, PIPE. Professional Certified Coach, in parentheses, PCC, PIPE. Strong International HR Leadership, PIPE. Experience with M&A, spinoffs, startups. So that's a great strategy if your current job title is the same as what you want to go for, and or you're just not really job searching. Now, if you're not actively job searching, but you want to leverage your LinkedIn profile for sales or other business, bringing in customers, something to your company, then I recommend starting with your job title and your company name, followed by your value proposition and keywords. So if you're trying to attract people to buy from your company, you want to include your company name in there. So it could be sales leader, comma, ABC Supply, PIPE. So in this first example, it's 163 characters, sales leader, comma, ABC Supply, PIPE. Driving excellence in customer satisfaction with exceptional products, superior service after the sale, and generous referral incentives. Now, notice that headline is very focused on what the company can do, right? So this guy is using very brilliantly, if I may add, he's using his LinkedIn profile to bring in business for his company. So he's focused on exceptional products, superior service, generous referral incentives. So he's really selling his products there. Now, here's another way of doing that same one. So it could be sales director, comma, ABC Supply. So that's the same, PIPE. And here we're going to get into some brand names. Value added resale, in parentheses, VAR, of commercial and residential kitchen and bath products from KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Kenmore, Maytag, Bosch, and Jacuzzi, PIPE, serving the greater Chicagoland area. And that was 210 characters. So again, someone who wants to sell. Now we've introduced the idea they're in the Chicago area. We've introduced some specific brand names, and we've said this company is a value-added reseller. The next scenario is if you are overtly job searching. In other words, you can be open about the fact that you're job searching. Either your company knows about it, right? It's a foregone conclusion. Maybe you're a contract employee and you have, your time is coming to an end with that contract. I recommend then that you include your target job title as much as you legitimately can, PIPE, your value proposition or keywords. But here's the trick. Never include looking for work or seeking opportunities because no one ever searches for that. No one ever says, let me see who's looking for work. They want people who are already employed. So there's a hint of desperation when you put that in your heading. I don't recommend it. But what we're doing here is we are divorcing yourself from your current employer because, again, you're leaving and everybody knows it. So target job title as much as you legitimately can, and I'll talk about what I mean by that. PIPE, value proposition or keywords, no mention of seeking opportunities, no mention of company name. Here's a couple examples. Transformational leader in human resources and talent acquisition, PIPE. So here, what have I done there? Well, is this person had been at the manager level, director level, consultant level? We don't know, and maybe it's not a good idea to include that level for this individual. We're just calling them a transformational leader in human resources and talent acquisition, PIPE. Delivering human capital and talent acquisition efforts that improve retention rates, reduce hiring costs, and increase profitability. And that's 199 characters. If we go with the keyword approach, it would be transformational human resources and talent acquisition leader. So I changed that just a little bit. PIPE, workforce planning, PIPE, pipeline development, PIPE, HRIS, which is human resource information systems, PIPE, streamlining TA processes, which is talent acquisition, improving retention rates and reducing hiring costs. I'll read that one again. And that's 193 characters. Transformational human resources and talent acquisition leader, PIPE. Workforce planning, PIPE. Pipeline development, PIPE. HRIS, PIPE. streamlining TA processes, improving retention rates, and reducing hiring costs. And while I'm thinking about it, some people use stars and other symbols as separators rather than the pipe. I just prefer the pipe. It's no big, I don't have anything against the stars and the whatever they are. I just prefer the pipes. So go with what looks good to you, what feels good. The next scenario is if you are unemployed, because in this situation, you can and you should be overt in what you're looking for. You don't have a current job title, so you want to make sure that your target job title is included in the headline. What have you done before? What was the last job title you had? Massage it as appropriate. We're not trying to mislead anybody. We're trying to communicate our value. So here's an example. Mechanical engineer pipe. Extensive technical background, comma, strong problem-solving skills, comma, and the ability to see around corners, pipe. Streamlining processes, pipe. Educating and empowering team members. That's 188 characters. So I think you can see from these examples that you can get a lot into 220 characters. And you may not want to use all of those. I just want you to think about your headline differently. And please don't just stop at current job title, current company. If we want to go with the keyword version for that same situation, unemployed, looking for a job overtly, we have mechanical engineer, pipe, advanced thermodynamics, pipe, advanced fluid mechanics, pipe, human robotic systems, pipe, optical engineering, pipe, metamaterials, pipe, extreme materials, pipe. I don't know what any of these things are, by the way. Analytics and statistical learning, pipe, engineering finance. And that was 211 characters. And FYI, what this was for, this was a client that I worked with recently who had just completed his degree, but he was an experienced professional. He'd been in IT, decided to go back in his 40s to get an engineering degree. We positioned him as a mechanical engineer because that's what his degree is in. So technically he is eligible to be a mechanical engineer. And these were actually the title of many of the classes that he took, or the substance of those classes, so that he really sounds, this is just really good. I call it recruiter flypaper. It's really good recruiter flypaper to get them to dig into your profile. And the final scenario, if you are looking to make a career pivot and you are doing so covertly, no one needs to know, you want to massage your current job title towards what you're looking for to the best of your ability and include keywords for your new career as much as possible. But you really have to stop and think about, okay, if somebody from HR or my hiring manager looks at my profile, are they going to come to me immediately and say, what is going on with you? So you don't want that to happen, right? Again, I've talked about career pivots before on the podcast, but my definition is I'm keeping one foot in either my industry and pivoting out of my job function, or I'm staying in my job function and pivoting into a different industry. So in this first example, this is someone who is currently in marketing but wants to move more into a pure sales role. So here's what I did. Sales and marketing leader, pipe. So this guy, this was an actual client, had done some sales, had done some marketing, but currently was working in marketing, wanted to move more into sales. So they've done sales and marketing. They've been a leader in both. So pipe, delivering exceptional sales support with marketing strategy and collateral, pipe. Now notice, marketing strategy and collateral, that's what he's doing now, but it is sales support, what he's doing. So he's getting that word sales in there. Pipe, experience with Salesforce. Pipe, well, of course, he's been involved with Salesforce as a marketing person. Strong business development skills. Pipe, competitive drive to succeed. 199 characters. So we're giving all of these qualities that are very important for a salesperson that he's displayed in previous sales roles and in marketing. And here's another way of going at it from the keyword perspective. Sales and marketing leader, comma, B2B and B2C, pipe. Salesforce, pipe. Sales support, pipe. Business development, pipe. Social media marketing, pipe. Marketing collateral, pipe. Lead generation, pipe. Account management. That's 176 characters. Hopefully all of these examples have given you some ideas of how to approach your headline. In summary, never just your current job title and your employer. Think like a recruiter who would be searching for someone. What would cause them to Of course, we want you to come up in the search, so those keywords are critical for the machine to find you, for the system to find you. But also, once they find you and they land on your profile, what will be that recruiter flypaper to make them want to stop searching and spend time on your profile? If you are job searching, you want to include your aspirational job title as closely as you legitimately can without saying seeking a position as, looking for an opportunity as, because that just really works against you. And finally, and this is something I see especially with entrepreneurs, more so than employed folks, but I do want to mention it. I see people who are trying to cover too much ground with their headline, and their attempt, I think, is that they want to look multifaceted. I'm very capable. I can do these 7 different things. But what it really makes them look like is unfocused. So if I see someone who, if I'm looking for some kind of a coach, and I'm looking on LinkedIn, and I want somebody to help with business. So maybe I've searched on business coach, and I come across someone who also says that they, have a franchise business and they love to knit, which shouldn't be in anybody's LinkedIn headline unless you own a knitting shop, I guess. I'm going to move on from that candidate and to someone else who is very purely focused on business coaching. So make sure that your headline doesn't make you look a little bit schizophrenic and unfocused. I hope that these suggestions and this approach has given you some food for thought around your LinkedIn headline. It is such important real estate on your profile, and it's so important that we get it right. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next week. Take care. You've been listening to The Exclusive Career Coach with Lisa Edwards, CEO of Exclusive Career Coaching. It would be great if you would rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Also, I want to be your career coach, so be sure to ask questions about your career management challenges and job search situation. Until next time.